Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Tesla price prediction based on Elliott wave analysis, and starting today on the daily chart to see of course where are we in Tesla, where are we heading. As we can see on the daily, we have an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 5, finish wave A or a wave 1. After this case scenario, you see a wave 2 or a wave B as a corrective ABC. Continuation toward the upside 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a finished wave C or a wave 3. A higher potential here that you have finished, of course, a wave C rather than a wave 3, because of course you hit only the 1-to-1 fib level at 264. You would like to see, of course, a minimum target reach, of course, for a wave 3 in 5 waves, of course, toward the upside, reaching at least the 1.27. And this was not, of course, broken, and we got, of course, a simple corrective wave after it, which is an expanding flat 3 waves up, 3 waves down and then 3 waves up, and then of course potentially continuation for a scenario of a wave C toward the downside after having 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 5. In this case scenario, of course, you might wonder if really Tesla is gonna move towards the 70 and the $50. Well, of course, it is a questionable scenario. So if this is not the case, therefore, of course, after finishing here 3 waves up as an ABC, what if you have, of course, a sideways scenario, which is, of course, the following scenario here, that you might have a triangle, for example, after an A, B, C, D, and an E, of course, and then moving, of course, for higher, because, after 3 waves up, a correction for a wave B is possible, and then, of course, wave C might unfold, of course, in this, bullish, bearish scenario, because, of course, this is a corrective wave, which it might transform into big A, B, and a C, and therefore, of course, you want to move toward the downside to see something else unfolding. So until that time, of course. But basically, this is a very possible scenario sideways that we move with, of course, where you finish a wave B here in the top. Let's zoom in. And then you're looking right now for a little bit higher because you would like to see a zigzag here for a wave C. So A, B, and a C, and then wave D, of course, toward the upside, and then a wave E, which is might finish, of course, this triangle, of course, with a wave E towards the downside, and then moving towards the upside for a wave C. So these are the possibilities for Tesla in an overview. Now, inside this area here, where we are looking for 3 ways down, 3 ways up, potential, of course, impulse for a wave C, which we are currently into it, where you see, of course, here potential 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, and you might be in a 4 and a 5, and potentially another 4 and a 5. However, this area right now is showing several, of course, potential scenarios. Of course, this can be written as 3 waves down, correction, impulse, or wave Y in a zigzag. So double zigzag for W, X, and a Y are also very possible. Now, if this is the case scenario, you would like to see kind of like a recovery toward the upside. In this case scenario, we are looking potentially for a zigzag in a wave 1, correction in a wave 2, looking for higher in wave 3, 4, and a 5. And that means on the 1 hour chart here, the scenario that we had from the last time as a zigzag for a wave 1 is working perfectly. Wave 2 finished as a correction, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a new impulse which worked perfectly as an A, B, and a C for a zigzag in a wave 3, of course, for this leading diagonal potentially. So basically right now everything is still working perfectly. I would say that you are in a wave 5 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, of course, of a wave 5. That means, of course, potential correction here you would like to see, and then, of course, continuation for a higher. So yeah, these are the possible scenarios right now, and still working perfectly with this scenario in confluence with Nasdaq and SPX as well. So the market is recovering, and potentially Tesla as well. We're gonna see what scenario is going to unfold after a potential W, X, and a Y. You might start to have, of course, maybe an impulse toward the upside, of course, to be reanalyzed. After, of course, this impulse should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 after finishing the leading diagonal. This is our impulse. That was it for Tesla. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.